The next set of entries we're going to look at are called deferred revenues. So, like I would have said in one of my other videos, when we talk about deferred, we're talking about moving an amount from one account to another account. So it's already been recorded by us, most likely because we've collected funds already. And when we collected the funds, we didn't have the right to record the revenue yet. And so therefore we consider it to be unearned revenue. In these cases, with deferred revenue, we've collected funds from a customer. Now it's no longer unearned revenue, it's earned revenue because I've done the work or I've given them the items that allows me the right to call it revenue. So if we remember, if we collect funds in advance or we collect a deposit from a customer, but we haven't done any work yet, we can't say it's revenue until we have met the revenue recognition policy, meaning that if I'm selling goods to the customer, the goods are no longer in my possession. I've given them to the customer. Therefore, I don't owe the customer the money back. I've completed my part of the deal. When it comes to service, maybe I collect the funds in advance, but I haven't done the service yet. I haven't met the right to call it revenue because technically the customer can come back and say, okay, you haven't done the work, so I want a refund. And I should be able to give the customer back the refund because I haven't done anything. Once I have completed that service, I met the obligation. The customer is not due back the money. I can now call it my revenue. And so in these instances, we're referring to questions where funds have been collected before anything was done. And now we evaluated and acknowledge, okay, the work has been done or the item has been given to the customer. It's not deferred revenue anymore. It's actually real revenue. And so in these instances, the two accounts that tend to be affected are going to be a liability account, because we should know that any type of deferred revenue or what we call unearned revenue is a liability account. And we're moving the funds or the numbers from the liability account and moving it to a revenue account. And so deferred revenue type transactions always involve a liability and a revenue. And so let's go through what they would look like. I'm almost sure that both of these instances may have similar entries because, again, when I'm adjusting something of similar nature, I'm going to use the same accounts. It may slightly be different. Okay. And so with the first one, it says on the it says $27,000 was received as a deposit at the beginning of the month. At the end of the month, $600 in the unearned revenue account still represents services not yet delivered. So I collected $2,700 at the beginning of the month. And throughout the month, I did the work, I did the work, I did the work. And so when I go back and look at the funds I've collected, they're saying that I still have some of the work that I didn't collect, that I haven't performed. So it's technically not revenue yet. In this instance, they're telling you that you have to figure out how much of the work was actually performed. And so in order to figure that out, 2,700 is the collected amount. And if I have 600 that's not still done, that means 2,100 of it had to been completed. I should have done $2,100 amount of work. And therefore, because I've done the work and I've performed the service, this is considered revenue. And so now I need to record this additional revenue. So I'm recording more revenue in my books as a result of me actually performing the services for the customer. My unearned revenue account started off at $2,700. And so it's saying that at the end of the month, after I make this adjustment, the account should be $600. So definitely I would not use $600 in my entry. Because of that information, I would use this $2,100. And so with deferred revenue transactions, it's always going to be that my unearned revenue account. So unearned revenue, this account is always going to be debited because if I'm reducing a liability account, I have to debit it. And so it's going to be debited for $2,100. And therefore, the credit, I'm now taking it out of unearned revenue and putting it to revenue. I can put it to, maybe I'll call this one service revenue. And I'm going to credit this account for the $2,100. That's as simple as it is. The second one, and there are only two examples of this because these are pretty straightforward. These are most likely how it's going to come. And so the second one says by the end of the month, $1,000 of the unearned revenue was actually earned for a long-term project. No calculation needed, even though they only gave us one number, but they're telling us 1,000 of it was earned. So we don't need to calculate how much was earned or how much revenue we're now recording. It's given to us. And so, like I said, in similar nature, these are the same transactions. The same unearned revenue account is going to be debited, and the same revenue account is going to be credited. And the difference is the amount is $1,000. Okay. So whenever we have deferred revenue transactions involving unearned revenue and revenue, just know that we are simply shifting from the liability account to the revenue account. If I had 2,700 in the unearned revenue account, I need to reduce that account by $2,100 so that it can be correct at $600 at the end of the month. That's the first example. In the second example, they don't tell us what the beginning and the ending balance is. They just tell us, okay, we've done $1,000 worth of work. That is now our revenue. And so this goes along with the matching principle that you cannot record revenue to the company's books until the company has actually done the work. So even if I collect it ahead of time, if the company has not done the work, I cannot record the revenue. And the same transaction would happen, a debit to the liability account, the unearned revenue liability account, and a credit to whatever the name of the revenue account is. It could be service revenue, it could be sales, it could be landscaping revenue, it could be sale of goods revenue. Once it's a revenue account, that is the account that we are always going to credit when we're moving something out of the unearned revenue account.